Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and you are doing good. Children, we have already started our class and this is our third class. Today we will learn about space, about a planet Mercury in this chapter. What is the chapter name? Speedy, I need you. Okay, here Speedy means robot. And this is a story of two astronauts. Okay, children. Astronauts means people who travel the outer space, to outer space. People who go to space, they are known as astronauts. Okay, children, in this story is written by children. This story is written by Isaac Asimov. Okay, so he is a famous American author and he is known for his fictional writings. Okay, his works are based on this fiction. Okay, now like planets, like technology and all, he will use. Now, and he has written so many books related based on science. Okay, children, and this lesson, that is PD, I Need You, is taken from the book Run Away. It's taken from the book Run Away. Our lesson is taken from the book Run Away. Okay, children. Now, here he is telling the story about two astronauts and PD who will land on Mercury and how they will survive there. Right, children? You know what is Mercury? Mercury is a planet in a galaxy. Right? One of the planets in a galaxy and it is very closest to the sun. Right. So, as it is very closest to the sun, the heat is more. So, people can't survive there. So, in order to survive, they need a chemical called selenium. Selenium is a chemical. Okay, children. So, they need selenium to survive on Mercury and this selenium will be brought only by Speedy robot. Okay. Now, how this robot will help the two astronauts in surviving on the Mercury and how he will help them. So, this thing we will learn in this story. Okay, children. Now we will start with our lesson. Do you understand? Two astronauts land on Mercury. Since the planet is closest to the sun, the heat is unbearable. As you know, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and the heat is unbearable. We can't tolerate the heat. They need selenium, a kind of metal to survive the heat. They need selenium, which is a kind of metal, chemical element. Selenium is a kind of metal. Okay, children. So this is a chemical element which helps the astronauts to survive on the planet Mercury. Now here, selenium can be found only in a pool far from the spaceship. Where they will find the selenium? They will find selenium far from the spaceship. They sent Speedy, their robot, to fetch it from the pool. They had robot with them. The robot name is Speedy. Okay, so they will send Speedy to get that selenium, the chemical element, from the pool. Now what happens next? We'll see now. There was a ghostly silence on Mercury. Where did the astronauts land? They landed on Mercury. They landed on Mercury. There was a ghostly silence on Mercury. The planet was bathed in sunlight, blinding hot and merciless. Mike rushed down the steps of their spaceship and went into the control room where Greg was on his seat. Now what the author is telling here, how he is narrating the story, there was a ghostly silence. What do you mean by ghostly silence? What do you mean by ghostly silence? Ghostly silence means complete silence. Ghostly silence means complete silence. There were no noise at all on Mercury. The planet was bathed in sunlight, blinding hotness. What do you mean blinding here? Blinding means blinding. Blinding means extremely bright, very bright. So the planet was bathed in sunlight means the Mercury had enough light and it was very much bright, hot and merciless. Merciless means showing no kindness. Showing no kindness. Merciless. Showing no mercy. Merciless means showing no mercy or kindness. Okay. Now, Mike rushed down the steps of the spaceship and went into the control room. Now, in the spaceship, Mike and Greg are the two astronauts. Okay. Now, as they landed on Mercury, so they felt very heat because Mercury is very near to the sun. So, Mike rushed down the spaceship. He went to the control room where Greg was sitting. Speedy hadn't returned to the space. Now what Mike will say? Mike will say that Speedy had not returned to the, yet he has not returned to the spaceship. Already they have sent Speedy to take the selenium and come to them. Okay, now, so it might have taken a long time. Now Speedy, it has not yet come to the spaceship. Now, the Red Cross, he explained to Greg. He is telling that the Red Cross is showing that is the selenium pool. What is telling the Red Cross? He explained to Greg. Is the selenium pool 30 kilometers away? The blue crosses show Speedy's route and position. Here what the Mike is telling? Mike is explaining to Greg, who is sitting in the spaceship control room, is telling that the Red Cross, okay, there will be the directions, arrows which will show the direction. So Mike is telling that, see, the blue cross is showing the selenium pool, which is 30 kilometers away from the spaceship. Okay. Now the blue line is showing the direction of the Speedy robot. So he is telling that what Speedy or which direction he is going, that is we can recognize through the blue cross. What happens next? For the first time, Greg showed anxiety as Mike was explaining him that Speedy had not yet returned to the spaceship and the blue line is showing the position and direction of the Speedy, and the red cross is showing the direction of the is pointing towards the selenium pool. So now first time the Greg was anxiety. He was feeling fear. Anxiety means feeling fear. Anxiety, feeling anxiety, feeling fear. Now the first time Greg is feeling fear. This is impossible, he whispered. What Greg is telling in anxiety, in fearness, telling this is very impossible. This cannot happen. Now, in the 2 hours I watched him, Mike added. He has gone round the selenium pool 4 times. It seems likely he'll do that forever. Now they are finding some unusual thing that Speedy is behaving. Right. Now what the unusual thing they have noticed about Speedy? Here Mike is telling that from 2 hours I am observing him. I am observing Speedy, or I am watching Speedy, that he is going round the selenium pool for the 4 times. He is only rounding the selenium pool. And it seems likely he'll do that forever. Now Mike is telling that maybe he'll be doing that forever. If you don't call him or if you don't tell him to come back, then he'll be doing he'll be rounding the selenium pool continuously. Understood, children? Okay, now. Next, the only thing that could save them from the terrible heat of the sun on Mercury was selenium. The only thing that could save them from the terrible heat of the sun on Mercury was selenium. Here what the author is telling, the only thing which could save the astronauts from the heatness of the Mercury was only the selenium element. Okay. Now, and the only one who could get selenium was Speedy, their trusted robot. And who can bring that this one selenium element? Only the Speedy robot, whom they trusted very much. But what Speedy is doing? Speedy is just rounding the selenium pool. He is not trying to take it. Now, if Speedy did not come back, Mike and Greg would die a painful death in the heat. If he doesn't bring this selenium element, then Greg and Mike, the two astronauts, will die with heatness because we can't bear the heat. The heat is so much that one cannot bear that heat. So they will die. We can't just wait and do nothing, Mike said rather desperately. Here, what did Mike say? Mike, he was very disappointed and he was very serious, and he will say, so we can't just wait. We can't wait also, and we can't do anything also. Means here Mike is telling that we can't wait for Speedy to come back because he's just circling or he's just rounding the selenium pool. He's not trying to bring that selenium element. So he's just trying, he's just rounding, that's all. So we can't wait also for Speedy to come, and they can't do nothing because it is very hot. This planet is very hot. They can't go out also. If they go out, as they go out, they will burn. Okay. So here Mike is telling that we can't wait for Speedy, and also we can't do nothing. He is telling in a desperate voice. So here desperate means seriously. Desperate. Very serious. Desperate means very serious. Now because they are finding it more difficult in that heatness. Okay. Now, what should we do? Wondered Greg. Can't we go after Speedy ourselves? Here, what did Greg is telling? What after listening to Mike? After listening to Mike, what Greg is telling? Greg is telling, can't we go out? So why we want to wait for Speedy? We by ourselves will go out and will bring the selenium pool. Now, what Mike will answer? No, we can't. We'll be burnt in no time, said Mike. Now what Mike will say? Mike will say, no, we can't go out. As we step outside, we will be burnt. I have an idea. We could use the old robot that was brought to Mercury 10 years ago, said Greg. Here, after listening Mike telling that we can't go out and we will be burnt, what did Greg say? Greg will say, yes, I have an idea. Okay, we can't go out. But I have an idea. What is that idea? Now Greg will say, okay, we have already another robot which was brought 10 years back on the Mercury planet, on the same planet. Okay, so we can use that robot. Now what Mike will say, it has a very simple brain. The another robot which was brought 10 years ago is very simple. It has only simple brain. Mike said, but it alone can save us. Let's use it. Now Mike will say, yes, okay, even this alone can save us. Even we can use this robot to get that selenium element. Okay, so he'll say, yes, we can use this robot also, but it is very simple. means it has very simple brain. Now this Speedy robot is now a new, it has new features. Okay, it is modernized, but the old one which they had was the old robot which was brought 10 years back. Now, but then Mike exclaimed. He exclaimed means he was surprised. He exclaimed that this is an old robot. What Mike will say? But we can use. But this is an old robot. It can't move on its own. Someone has to ride it like a horse. Now Mike will say, this is an old robot. Okay, it can't run or it can't work all alone. So it can't work by itself. Someone has to take care of him. Someone has to make him to work. Okay, here he is telling that someone has to ride it. Ride it means someone has to make the robot to work. Okay. And what Greg said? Greg exclaimed, sorry, what Mike said, but then Mike exclaimed, this is an old robot. It cannot move on its own and someone has to ride it like a horse. Now, if Mike or Greg rode the old robot and went outside, they would die. What happens? Now, Speedy has gone to bring selenium element, selenium chemical, but he has not yet returned to the spaceship. Okay, now he's just surrounding the selenium pool. And this side in the spaceship, the two astronauts, Mike and Greg, are feeling very hot. Now they are not able to take the heatness. Okay, heat. So now they got an idea. They had old robot and they thought of using this old robot to go and bring the selenium matter. But what happened? The robot was very old, 10 years old robot, and the robot was not working by itself. Okay, someone has to make him to work. So if someone has to make him work, means Greg or Mike has to one has to go out. But is it possible? No, it is not possible. Okay, as they go out, they'll be burnt due to the hotness of the sun or the planet. So here what Mike will say, again he'll become sad. So he'll say, no, we can't go out and this robot also will not work alone. If we go out, we will die. Now what happens next? Will Speedy come back with the selenium element or Greg or Mike will go out? Okay, we will see in the next. Mike decided to take a tunnel route close to the selenium pool. Now they can't wait for Speedy to come. So what they decided? Mike decided to take the tunnel road close to the selenium pool. Tunnel way to close to the, they want to go near to the selenium pool. Okay, so they took a tunnel route. The temperature is 80 degrees Celsius. Whispered Mike. Now what Mike will say? The temperature here is 80 degrees Celsius. There's the selenium pool and I can see Speedy. Now what Mike is telling? As they reached a little near to the pool, so now Mike is telling that yes, the temperature is 80 degrees Celsius and now I can see Speedy. Now who is Speedy here? Robot. Okay. Now let's call him, said Greg. Now what Greg will say? Let's call Speedy to come back to the spaceship. Speedy, shouted Mike into his radio. What did Mike say? Mike shouted Speedy. Okay. Come back, Speedy. Okay, what did Mike say? Mike said, come back, Speedy. Speedy looked up and saw them. Now Speedy could hear them and as he heard his name, Speedy, he looked up and saw them. Then he turned away. Then he turned away. Over the radios, Mike and Greg heard him singing. Now, as Speedy looked to astronauts, what he did, he just went and he was just rounding the selenium pool. And Greg and Mike heard that he was singing. Okay, now what happened? Mike said weakly, Greg, he has gone mad. By seeing the behavior of the Speedy robot, now Mike said that Greg has gone mad. Speedy has gone mad. Here weakly means in a way that lacks strength. Means he was not having strength now, Mike. Okay, Mike was not having strength, and he will say to Greg that, Greg, the Speedy has gone mad. Why? Because he was just rounding the selenium pool. Now, no, said Greg. There's something that's confusing his brain. Now, by seeing the behavior of Speedy, Greg understood that the Speedy's brain is getting some confusion. Okay. Now, what was that confusion? Right, said Mike. Now, Mike also agreed. Yes, there might be some confusion. Now, what are those confusions? Now, there are three laws that are built into robots' brains. The three laws will be built. They'll input the three laws into the robot's brain. What are the laws? The first law states that a robot must not injure a human being. First law states that robot should not injure, should not harm you human being or through inaction. By doing the action or without action, the robot must not harm human beings. Allow a human being to be harmed. He can use the robot, but robot should not harm the human beings. According to second law, first law is that robot should not harm human beings. What is the second law? Second law states that a robot must obey orders. Robot must obey only orders. And the third law states that robots must protect itself unless this conflicts with the first and the second laws. Here what the third law tells? Third law tells us that robots should protect itself. So if anybody comes and harms, so it has to protect itself. But in first law what it states? First law tells us that the robots must not harm human beings. Right, and human beings can use the robots. And the third law states that robots can protect themselves. So here Speedy was in a confusion. And second law states that they have to obey only orders. So Speedy was in a confusion whether to protect himself or to protect the human beings. Why he was in a confusion? Because Mercury is the hottest planet, right? So if he go near to the Mercury, he will be harmed. Speedy has to protect himself, and he also has to protect the astronauts. He has to not harm the human beings. He has to protect astronauts in the same time. At the same time, he also has to protect himself. So he was in a confusion. So he was behaving in a different manner. Okay, so he was in confusion whether to go near the selenium pool or not. Understood, children? Okay, now next. Mike realized what was happening to Speedy. Now Mike realized what was happening to Speedy. The third law is driving him away from the pool. Now what is the third law? Third law tells us robots can protect themselves. Right. So now the third law is driving him from going near the pool. Here the author is telling that the Mike is telling that the third law is making the Speedy to not to go near the selenium pool. The second law is driving him to the pool. The second, what is the second law? That he has to obey order. Right. So the second law is driving towards him to the pool. Second law is telling him to go to the pool, but the third law is stopping him to go near the pool. Why? Because he has to protect himself. Okay. Now, we must stop him, otherwise he'll go like this forever, he said. Now, Mike said that, okay, now we have to stop him, otherwise he'll be behaving in the same way forever. Now, according to the first law, a robot cannot watch a human being in danger without coming to his help. Now, first, what is first law? First law, that robot has to protect human beings. He should not harm means he has to protect human beings. So, robot cannot watch that human being is in trouble. Right, he has to protect human being. So, I'm going out there, said Greg. And what Greg is telling, so in order to stop Speedy behaving in an unusual way. Children, are you understanding? To stop Speedy behaving in an unusual way. Now Greg said that as first law tells that Speedy has to protect human beings. He can't want human beings in trouble. So, in order to stop Speedy behaving in a improper way, so I will go out. Because as he see me, he will think that I'll be in trouble, I am in trouble, and he will come and help me. Okay, so Greg said these words to Mike and he will come down, and he stepped out of the tunnel. The sun was hotter than ever. Now he'll come out, and what he will feel? He will feel that sun was the hotter than ever. He cast one glance over his shoulder and realized that he had come too far away to return by himself. Now he gave a glance. He looked at the spaceship, and now he understood that he had come far away, that he can't go himself to the spaceship. Okay. Now as he wanted Speedy to stop behaving in an unusual way, Greg himself stepped out of the tunnel. Now he is seeing that he is away from the spaceship. He alone cannot reach the spaceship again. So he needs someone's help. Now what happens next? We'll see now. Speedy continued going around in a circle, talking to himself. Now this said what Speedy was doing. Speedy was he was going around the pool, okay, and he was talking to himself. Speedy, Greg called out anxiously. Anxiously and anxiety, both are same, feeling fear, okay. Now, Speedy, Greg called out anxiously into his radio. Now, he wanted Speedy's help, and Speedy also wanted astronaut's help, right? So now Greg called him by his name. I must get back to the shade or the sun will kill me. It's life or death. Speedy, I need you. Now he is talking to the Speedy. He is trying to talk to the Speedy. He is telling into his radio that Speedy can hear. Now what he is telling? He is telling Speedy, I must go back to the spaceship. Otherwise, this sun will kill me. Okay, the heat of the sun will kill me. So alone I can't go. It is my life and death. So I need your help. So please help me, Speedy. Now what Speedy will do? Seeing Greg in danger of losing his life, Speedy snapped back into action. Now hearing and seeing the Greg voice and his situation. Now Speedy, he will get back to his action. Okay. Will snapped back means getting back. Snapped back means coming back or getting back into action now. Because Speedy, he can't see that the astronaut is in danger. So now he will come back. Now Greg felt metal fingers on his arm. Now Speedy has reached near the Greg, and Greg will feel a metal arm touching him. Speedy, in a worried and apologetic voice, was saying, Speedy, he was worried because he was seeing that Greg was in very bad condition. So in a apologetic means in a sorry way, in a sorry voice, what's the matter, boss? What are you doing here? I'm so confused. Now, in a sorry way and in a confused manner, now Speedy is asking his master, his Greg, boss, what are you doing here? Why are you coming here now? I'm really in a confused way because I don't know what to do. Right? Because Speedy is in a confusion way because he has to obey orders, and the third law is making him to be backside, not to continue his work. So he's saying that, boss, I'm in a very confused way. Never mind, Greg whispered weakly. Now he'll say, it's okay, never mind, Speedy. It's a weak. He was not having strength because of the heatness. Get me to exit 13A and hurry. And he'll say for Speedy to Take him to the exit, to the door 13A and fast. Okay. Greg woke up to see Mike bending over him. As he reaches the spaceship, he'll take some time, and when he opens his eyes, he'll see Mike was bending towards him. How are you? Now what did Mike ask? Mike asked, how are you, Greg? Now what Greg will say? Fine. How is Speedy? Now Greg will say, yes, I'm fine. And he'll ask about Speedy, how he is. Now Speedy came and stood behind Mike. Now what Speedy did? He came and stood behind Mike. Greg took out his hand and held Speedy's metal fingers for a moment. Now by seeing Speedy, what did Greg do? He took out his hand and he touched, or he lifted the, or he hold the Speedy's metal fingers for a moment, and he'll say, it's okay, Speedy, he said. Speedy had saved him, because first when Speedy was in confusion, he did not obey the orders. So Speedy was in a very apologetic manner. So he was asking sorry. Now he also felt bad for Greg, for his situation now. So when Greg opened his eyes and asked about Speedy, he came and stood behind Mike. And what did Greg do? He took out his hand and he touched the fingers of Speedy, and he said, it's okay, Speedy, never mind. Okay, I am okay, and it's okay, you have saved me. And he said, you have saved me, Speedy. My children, understood? I hope you have understood the lesson, children. And here there are few words. Okay, so what is first word? Ghostly silence. Ghostly silence means complete silence. There's no noise at all. Complete silent. Blinding. Blinding means extremely bright, very brightness. And astronaut. Astronaut means people who travel outer space. Astronauts means people who go to space or travel outer space. Next is merciless. Merciless means showing no mercy or kindness. Showing no kindness towards others. Not feeling sorry for the others. That is called merciless. Anxiety, feeling fear. Anxiety means feeling fear. Desperate means very serious. Desperate, very serious. Weakly, in a way that lacks strength, means tiredness. Weakly means in a way that lacks. Lacks means they don't have strength. Okay, now snap back means coming back to action. Snap back means coming back to action. Right, children? Okay, now I hope you have understood, but in a brief way I will say the story now. Okay, children. Now this lesson is about a robot, Speedy, whose name is Speedy, and two astronauts, Mike and Greg. Okay, these three people, they will land on Mercury. Okay, the Mercury, as you know, it is very close to the sun, and the heat is very much. Okay, we can't bear the heatness or hot of the sun. So here, in order to survive on the Mercury planet, they need selenium, a chemical element. So, where is chemical element? The chemical element is 30 kilometers away from their spaceship. Okay, now what happens? As they landed on Mercury, they will send Speedy to bring the selenium element. Now what Speedy does? Speedy, he'll just go and he'll be rounding the selenium pole. Okay, now this by looking at the Speedy's behavior, these astronauts will become confused why Speedy is behaving like that, because they are not able to tolerate the hotness of the sun, because it is intolerable. So now they are waiting for Speedy, and Speedy will not come for a long time, and they will think that so Speedy is not coming back, and they also can't wait because the hotness is becoming intolerable. Now what Greg will give, he'll give an idea. So he'll give, okay, we have another robot which was brought 10 years back to the Mercury planet. So we will use that robot to bring the selenium element. Now Mike also means he will accept and he say, okay, we will use that robot, but the robot is very old. It has only simple brain and also it can't work all by itself. So someone has to ride him. So we can't do that. So no one can't go out. Right? If they go out, they'll be burnt due to hotness. So what they'll say, they have to wait for Speedy. Now they can't wait for long time. So they will take tunnel route to reach the selenium pool. Okay. As they reach the selenium, near to the selenium pool, they'll see Speedy. What Speedy will be doing? He'll be circling the selenium pool. So now Mike Mike will say he has gone mad because he is behaving in unusual way. So but Greg will say that, so no, he has not gone mad. He is having some confusion. Okay, now what was that confusion? Now Mike also will say yes, he might have some confusion. What are that confusions? So when the robot will be built, so they'll be having 3 laws. Based on these 3 laws, they will fix the brain of the robot. Now, what are the 3 laws? The first law will state that robot should not harm the human beings. By action or without action, a robot cannot harm human beings. So second law states that robot has to obey the rules. So orders. So robot must obey the order. Now what does third law state? Third law states that robot has to protect itself. So when it comes to his life, the robot has to protect himself. So these 3 things are confusing the robot, Speedy robot. Why? Because as he go near to the selenium pool, he will be in trouble. So he has to save himself. And the next thing is, the second thing is he has to take orders. So if he want to obey the orders, so he can't go near. So if you want to go near, then he must not think about himself. Right? So these 2 things will be revolving in his mind, and these 2 things will be making him confusion. Okay. So he'll be circling the selenium pool. Now Mike and Greg understood the problem of the Speedy, and they will think, Greg thinks that, so in order to stop Speedy to behaving in an unusual way, someone has to go out. So he'll say, I will go out. Okay. Now as he was telling, he will come out of the tunnel and he will call out for Speedy because the hotness was very much. So he couldn't bear the hotness. So he will call Speedy, and I need your help because this hotness is killing me. I am not able to bear the hotness. So Speedy, please come back to me and help me. Now I want to go to the spaceship because he was already far away from his spaceship. Now by listening to that, now Speedy will come into action. He will see and he will come into action. He'll say, boss, why did you come here? So, and he will also say that, boss, I'm really in a confusion situation because I don't know what to do. Okay, now he'll say, it's okay, Speedy, but first take me to the space ship because I'm not able to bear this heatness. Now Speedy understood the situation of the Greg, and he will take him to the spaceship. Now as he was reaching, the Greg will become weak and he will close his eyes. Now after some time in the spaceship, Greg opens his eyes and he will see that Mike was looking at him. Now Mike will ask, how are you, Greg? Now Greg will say, yes, I am fine, and he will ask about Speedy. Now by hearing his name, Speedy will come and he will stand back of Mike, okay, in a sorry manner. Okay, first he will apologize because he did not do his work properly. Okay, now in a sorry manner, he will come and he will stand back of Mike. Now, what Greg will do? Greg, he will take Speedy's hand. He will say, "It's okay, Speedy. Nothing happened. I am also okay, and you have saved me." Right, children? Now, children, I hope you have understood the story, right? And please, if you have textbook, please go through the lesson. And if you have any doubts, please, next class, ask your doubts and I'll clear your doubts in the next class, children. Thank you, children.